Let's talk about the Kerner Commission. The Kerner Commission was an 11-member commission established by President Lyndon B. Johnson to investigate the causes of the 1967 race riots in the United States and to provide recommendations for the future. The report berated federal and state governments for failed housing, education, and social service policies. The report also aimed some of its sharpest criticism at the mainstream media. Here we go with that media, mainstream media. The press, so this is a quote, "The press has too long basked in a white world looking out of it, if at all, with white men's eyes and white perspective." End quote. The report's most famous passage warned, quote, "Our nation is moving toward two societies, one black, one white, separate and equal." End quote. Its results suggested that one main cause of urban violence was white racism, and suggested that white America bore much of the responsibility for black rioting and rebellion. It called to create new jobs, construct new housing, and put a stop to de facto segregation in order to wipe out the destructive ghetto environment. In order to do so, the report recommended for government programs to provide needed services, to hire more diverse and sensitive police forces, most notably to invest billions in housing programs aimed at breaking up residential segregation. You got that? But Harris, one of the President Lyndon B. Johnson, who had already pushed through the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act, ignored the report and rejected the Kerner Commission's recommendations. In April 1968, 1 month after the release of the Kerner report, rioting broke out in more than 100 cities following the assassination of civil rights leader Martin Luther King. Harris, one of the 11 members on the Kerner Commission, reported, quote, "Today, 30 years after the Kerner report, there is more poverty in America. It is deeper, blacker, and browner than before, and it is more concentrated in the cities which have become America poorhouses." End quote. So that was Harris. That was his 30-year assessment after all the affirmative action, Voting Rights Act, all these acts, all these political positions that black folks were now privy to again, all of the employment that some blacks were privy to. He said, in spite of all that, 30 years later, so he looking at this in 1997 now. He said nothing's changed. It actually got worse. There's more poverty in black America. So voting, these political positions, changed absolutely nothing in 30 years. Integration changed absolutely nothing in 30 years. In fact, America got worse.